if I wouldn't have a life jacket, I would have had a lot of problems out there.
Jay, talk a little bit about, yesterday you mentioned it was pretty choppy. Was there any sort of warning to not go in the water?
There was signage posted at Porter Beach where they made entry of the dangers.
Was it at a certain level? I don't know if it's marked by good, excellent, poor, or how they
Off the top
rate
of my head, I couldn't exactly. That would be a question for the National Lakeshore Rangers. They're the ones that maintain that sign, I believe.
Based on the riptide last night and now the search effort today, do you have a certain foot or mile radius that the search is in? And if she did not survive, I mean, how far could a body be carried in the lake?
The drift patterns really depends on the conditions on the water. We've had recoveries that have been up to miles away, and we've made them right in our target area. This lake is right here in northwest Indiana is completely different than it is anywhere else. It changes constantly. This morning we had 3 different float directions, wind changes, wave changes. It's constantly changing, and we don't have a real good way to predict where anything will go on the lake.
What do you want to say to people who? Oh, sorry. What, people who come to the beach and you think of an ocean as being dangerous with riptides, and maybe some people think, oh, Lake Michigan, it's safe. But what do you want to tell people who are coming here to swim for the rest of the summer?
My advice to anybody that visits Lake Michigan is, if you're going to go out past your waist, you should have a life jacket on. This lake is extremely dangerous. We go through this every year. It's very deceiving. Even looking at it today, right now it doesn't look that bad. It looks like it's a nice day out in the water. But if you physically go out there, you're able to tell the difference in the swales and physically how tall they are. It makes it for very dangerous conditions. It's very hard to predict. It's fun to jump in the waves until you got that first mouthful of water, and then you can't get your breath, and everything goes to panic mode, and you can't save yourself.
How many times a summer do you personally or your department go on an operation like this out of curiosity?
It really varies. Last summer we probably had almost a call out every weekend or every other weekend. Most of those were not to this extent. They're usually self-rescue or Good Samaritan rescues, or a misunderstanding from shore to somebody in the water. This has been our first one in our coverage area this year. We had a pretty wet and cold beginning to our summer, so it's actually kept our attendance to our lake pretty low.